I'm Vivian Boaz, and this is the EHS Unplugged podcast, the show where we share tips on home and workplace safety, environmental sustainability, and health and wellness tips. Join us as we explore these topics with industry experts and learn to create a safer and healthier world. Hello, my name is Vivian Boaz, and today I'm reflecting on a deeply emotional experience I had while working with individuals in the gold mining sector. Throughout December, I spent a lot of time working with and recording episodes with individuals in the gold mining sector. I've always wanted to highlight the OSH gaps in this sector for years, but I never got an opportunity. But in 2024, things finally fell in place and I was able to work with some amazing people down there. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you guys. But some of these interactions, were incredibly emotional and deeply draining for me because they mostly reveal the harsh realities faced by many in the gold mining industry. These experiences also got me reflecting on an often overlooked aspect of workplace health and safety, and that's the long term impact of workplace injuries. We focus so much on immediate consequences, like fatalities, that we rarely consider the lasting toll on survivors and their families. This episode is a reflection on those conversations that I had with people down there, and also a deeper dive into the unseen struggles that workplace harm can bring. Join me as we unpack these realities and maybe the lessons they hold for all of us. Now, when we talk about workplace harm, regardless of the industry, it often leaves behind a trail of devastating consequences. There is death and injuries. These are normally the most glaring. Yet, as a society, our focus tends to lean heavily on fatalities. We rarely pause to consider the injured or the immense burden placed on those who care for them. When someone dies following a workplace incident, the family left behind mourns the loss. It's painful, but over time, they often find ways to heal and move forward. But for those left to care for the injured, it's a completely different story. Their lives are irrevocably changed, and this responsibility often becomes their full time, lifelong role. The consequences of a workplace injury, particularly for those without health insurance or adequate support systems, can be catastrophic. Lives are turned upside down, financial stability crumbles, and dreams are derailed for so many of these people who care for people who are injured in the workplace. If you've had an opportunity to watch episode 11 of our season 2 video series, we have an episode out there with Alex Jaoko Okumu. Alex's story is a harrowing reminder of what workplace harm can truly mean. He lost both his hands and one eye when an explosive detonated inside the mine where he worked. Now, in most cases, explosives are meant to be handled with the utmost care. And if you listen keenly, Alex says miners are typically asked to vacate the mines prior to any planned blasting. But this crucial step was skipped when Alex got injured. Now he's unable to work. He can no longer provide for his family. The weight of that responsibility has shifted entirely to his wife. She's had to put her life on hold to care for her husband, managing his needs. Remember, Alex says he cannot go to the toilet alone. Someone has to take him to the toilet, someone has to wipe him after. Alex cannot eat by himself. Someone has to feed him, someone has to wipe his mouth, someone has to clean him or bathe him. In fact, there's a scene there where Alex mentions that when his wife is sick, he goes for days without a shower. Now, of course, the wife says she gets some relief with the extra hands, especially when the kids are back from school. But for most of the year, she shoulders these responsibilities alone. This is her reality, and it will remain so for the rest of her life because she loves her husband and has no intention of walking away. If you've watched that episode, it's heartbreaking. Yet, these stories rarely find their way into the larger discourse on workplace harm. We talk about fatalities so much, we talk about the statistics, we talk about the regulatory gaps, but we never acknowledge the invisible toll on families like Alex's. or on the caregivers whose lives are consumed by the aftermath of preventable incidents. This reflection is not just about Alex's story, it's about what his story represents. It's a call to all of us to expand the way we discuss workplace harm, not just in terms of lives lost, but also in terms of lives permanently altered. It's about recognizing the unseen struggles and advocating for systems that not only prevent harm, but also provide for those whose lives are forever changed when prevention fails, like Alex's wife. I think we need to do better. So this is my call to action. Thank you guys for listening in and see you in the next episode teaser. Bye.